Dogs are one of humanity's most loyal companions, but the myths surrounding them are full of misconceptions. You may have heard that when a dog wags its tail, it means it's happy, but that's actually a big lie. Dogs wag their tails for many different reasons. They wag when they're excited, but also when they're anxious, fearful, or even angry. Don't be fooled by that cute appearance. A dog that's wagging its tail can still bite you if it feels nervous. Imagine reaching out to pet a dog that looks friendly, only for it to suddenly become alert. This is no joke. Another common myth is that sugar is toxic to dogs. While too much sugar is definitely unhealthy for them, it is not actually poisonous. The truly dangerous foods for dogs are chocolate, grapes, onions, garlic, and xylitol. These can be lethal. So next time you want to give your dog a treat, make sure you check first. Many people believe dogs can only see the world in black and white. That's also wrong. Dogs can distinguish yellow and blue, but they have weaker vision for red and green. Their world looks more like a faded color photo. Still, it's already much richer than most people imagine. One of the most classic dog myths is that dogs sweat through their tongues. Dogs pant to cool down their bodies through evaporation. Their actual sweat glands are mainly located on their paw pads and around the nose. Don't underestimate that wet nose. A dog's sense of smell is incredibly powerful. They can detect their owner's scent from over 10 miles away. Just think. Your dog might be more accurate than GPS. Speaking of smell, the legends about sharks are even more exaggerated. People often say sharks can smell a single drop of blood from miles away. Another complete lie. Sharks do have a keen sense of smell, but they can usually only detect blood within about 200 meters. And the scent doesn't travel instantly. It depends on water currents. If a fish bleeds 100 meters away, the smell might take several minutes to reach the shark. Don't worry about getting a cut while swimming and being tracked by sharks from miles away. Sharks can actually tell the difference between fish blood and human blood. Since humans are not part of their regular diet, they will often simply ignore the blood trail and swim away. Another popular shark myth is that sharks don't get cancer. This rumor started from old claims that shark cartilage could cure cancer. In reality, sharks do get cancer, and tumors have been documented in multiple shark species. Shark cartilage has never been proven to cure human cancer. That myth has long been debunked. In contrast, naked mole rats are the real cancer-resistant champions. In the wild, they almost never develop cancer and can live up to 30 years or more, making them the longest-lived rodents. However, in captivity, some individuals have been known to develop cancer. Possibly due to a weakened immune system. Don't think they're completely invincible. Their bodies have unique mechanisms that suppress tumors, but they are not 100% immune. Many people joke that naked mole rats don't feel any pain. This is also an exaggeration. They are indeed insensitive to acidic substances and capsaicin, probably because they live underground and rarely encounter these, but they do feel pain from cuts, wounds, or any other physical injuries. If an animal species felt absolutely no pain, it would quickly go extinct. Not knowing you're injured is a fast way to die. Next up is the lion, known as the king of the jungle because of its majestic mane. But here's the truth. Lions don't actually live in the jungle. They mainly inhabit the open grasslands of the African savanna or desert areas. Lions are social animals, and a group of lions is called a pride, which sounds powerful, but in reality, the main hunters are the lionesses. Lionesses are more agile and faster, reaching speeds of about 70 kilometers per hour, and they work together in teams to surround and catch prey. Male lions, with their large size and impressive manes, are better suited for protecting the territory and the cubs, rather than leading every hunt. A single male lion usually cannot take down a full-grown buffalo on his own. Large prey requires teamwork. Male lions often act more like waiting for dinner. They eat after the females have done the hard work. This king title is a bit of a lie-down win. Speaking of sound, the famous lion roar in movies sometimes borrows from other big cats. The classic MGM studio lion roar at the beginning of films is actually a mix that includes tiger sounds. Tigers are true forest rulers in their own right. Now, think about America's national bird, the bald eagle, with its sharp eyes, powerful wings, and dramatic dives. It looks incredibly majestic. But when it opens its beak, the sound that comes out is a high-pitched, somewhat squeaky whistle or chatter. It doesn't sound dominant or free at all. Hollywood couldn't accept this squeak of freedom, so they secretly replaced it with the fierce scream of the red-tailed hawk. That powerful caw screech you hear in movies is actually the red-tailed hawk's call, not the bald eagle's. There's also the myth that bald eagles can carry away small children, pure fiction. Bald eagles can only lift a few pounds at most, far too little to grab a child. They aren't actually bald either. They have white feathers on their heads that just make them look like they have white hair. When teaching their young to fly, eagle parents don't push the chicks off cliffs. Instead, they encourage them to try, and the mother stays close to catch them if they start to fall. What a heartwarming display of parental care. Now let's talk about snakes. These legless reptiles are often thought to have smooth, slippery skin, but that's the opposite of the truth. Snake skin is dry and rough, made of keratin, the same material as human fingernails. Some snakes even have keeled scales that feel quite textured, like a dry garden hose. People also believe baby snakes are more dangerous because they can't control their venom and inject a full dose. That's wrong too. Baby snakes have much less venom overall, while adult snakes have larger venom reserves. Most venomous snakes can control how much venom they release. Adult snakes are generally far more dangerous. The rattlesnake's tail sounds like a maraca, but there's nothing inside it. The sound comes from loosely stacked keratin rings rubbing together. Snakes are naturally shy and will usually try to flee from humans rather than chase and bite. Biting is a last resort when they see no other escape. If a snake appears to be chasing you, it's probably panicking and thinks you're blocking its path. It's actually trying to run away. Snakes don't have hypnotizing eyes. That's something cartoons invented. They also cannot drink milk. They can't digest lactose. Bats are famous for resting upside down, and that's mostly true, but not for all of them. There are at least 6 known bat species that rest upright, using suction cup-like toes to cling inside funnel-shaped leaves. Many people say blind is a bat, assuming all bats are blind. Big mistake. Most bats have excellent eyesight, and some can even see ultraviolet light. Echolocation is their superpower, but their eyes are far from useless. Camels are usually associated with desserts, but that's only part of the story. Bactrian camels, the 2 humped ones, can survive in cold, snowy regions. The classic myth is that camels store water in their humps. Some people even fantasize about cutting open a hump to drink. In reality, the humps store fat, which can later be converted into energy and water. Camels store actual water in their bloodstream, in the plasma and red blood cells, which gives them incredible resistance to dehydration. When a camel's hump looks deflated, it usually means the animal has gone a long time without enough food. Do cows have 4 stomachs? Not exactly. Cows have 1 stomach divided into 4 compartments: rumen, reticulum, and abomasum that help them digest tough, fibrous grass. It's similar to how the human heart has 4 chambers, but we don't say we have 4 hearts. Cows and other ruminants use these compartments to ferment their food very efficiently. In bullfighting scenes, the bull charges at the red cape, leading people to believe bulls hate the color red. In fact, bulls, like cows, are red-green colorblind and cannot see red. They charge at the movement of the cape, not the color. They would attack a waving green, blue, white, or black cloth just as aggressively. The red color is used simply because it hides bloodstains and looks more dramatic on camera. If the matador didn't wave the cape, the bull probably wouldn't attack at all. Spiders are famous for spinning beautiful webs to trap prey, but not all spiders make webs. Species like jumping spiders, wolf spiders, and tarantulas hunt by charging directly at their prey. Many people mistakenly think spiders are insects. They're not. Spiders belong to the arachnid group. They have 8 legs, while insects have 6. The term daddy long legs can refer to 2 different creatures. One is a type of spider whose venom is harmless to humans. The other is the harvestman, or ope, which is more closely related to scorpions and doesn't even have venom glands. It's not a spider at all. Life is filled with these kinds of animal myths, from dogs' tails to sharks' sense of smell, from lions' hunting habits to eagles' calls, and from snake's skin to camel's hump. These legends give us a distorted view of nature, but they also remind us that learning the real science is far more interesting and surprising than the stories we've been told. The next time you see an animal, don't jump to conclusions. The truth is often more fascinating than the myth.